Hello, ladies and gentlemen, people, animals, pets, ducks, whatever derogation you choose. Just doing a volume check. 1 second. Check that you can hear me. You'll hear it in the background. Yep, sounds okay to me. So anyone in the chat, if I am not okay and the volume is all sorts of wrong, please do let me know. Let me just fix my displays a second. Input select. There's a lot of messing about I have to do for these, so we're getting that ready. Right, so what is this, I hear you ask? Well, this is a collaboration. Now this is the Race Asylum and MRC Street Racers. A very, I say, untoward thing that they're doing. It's N300 cars with tuning. We've got 3 rounds for you, so we're starting off in Tokyo at the South Outer Loop. That's where we are tonight. Then we are heading all the way over to France, and we're going to St. Croix. That's the A layout. And then we're over to the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Full bore, that'll just be like a track day, that'll be amazing. Looking forward to that. So the noises you hear in the background is the room being changed for qualifying, so all that's getting underway at the moment. Just before we do jump into that though, obviously this is a joint venture between MRC and Race Asylum. Ran under the Tour branding. Qualifying has just begun, so by the time hopefully we wrap this up, we'll get some hot laps in. So this that I'm showing you on screen now is a let me just get rid of that background one, give me a second, there we go. Lucky Bucky! Sound a bit quiet. 1 sec. I have turned you up a couple of clicks, mate, hopefully it's not too overbearing. So what you see on the screen then is a competition they're doing over in Race Asylum, taking place Saturday 19th of December, starts at 12. It's £20 entry fee, you just register, but you could win £1,000, so I mean it's a decent gamble. If you get onto Asylum website, I will show you that in a moment, and then the top 4 will go into like a finale and you can win that, so it's like knockout races sort of event. If I just show you, this is the... Oh no, it's not. 1 second. That's not the right one, is it? I'll have to fix this. Give me a sec. No, that's not the right one at all. Turn that off. No, it appears to have gone wrong. So, yeah, apologies. What I will do is give you... Just give you something else. Right, so basically, what I wanted to show you. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you. This here, look, their website. So if I just show you this, look. So if you head over to Race Asylum website, I'll just put it at the. I know it's a bit of slapdash there, but Race Asylum website. It is asylumvr.co.uk. So you can see at the top. You can get all the prices on here. You can do all your bookings on here as well. You can even buy gift certificates. We are running up to Christmas. They do food. Honestly, I've seen the pictures of this place. It looks properly amazing. I don't know if you can get some pictures of it all here. Look, I mean, look at that. You know what I mean? Just this is what I'm talking about. So if you want to get involved and you're in the West Bromwich, Birmingham area, get yourself down there. It's definitely worth a trek out. Is the volume any better now? Constantly having issues with volume. Right, let's get on track anyway. Because we are now qualifying. So we'll have a look. Once we've done with this, we will have a look at the Race Asylum website properly. I've just got to try and get it working on my stream. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've turned my mic up a little bit more. but it's hard to get the balance between the game being too low and me being too loud, vice versa. So just keep me posted in the chat, please. Let me know if that's any better. So this is qualifying then. Now, as you see, there's a wide array of cars on display. So these are all N300. The guys have been allowed to set these cars up, get them tuned, and basically just run the best car they think for the 3 tracks we've got. Tokyo, all about high speed. If you've got a car that's got good top ends, you're going to do quite well here. Nürburgring's going to all be about handling, and St. Croix's probably going to be about the same. So you might see some guys that will, I want to say, sacrifice tonight, but I don't think there'll be any sacrificing going on. Don't forget, these guys have been able to tune the gearboxes and stuff all week, so they'll have been getting these cars all set up. A couple of comments coming in about how good. Yeah, I need to get myself down there. We're on about coming over because I'm Chesterfield way, so it's about an hour away from me, but it looks well worth it. There's a place similar that's near me, and it is nowhere near the quality. Race Asylum place just looks, incredible in comparison. So we're starting to see sometimes we've got Gecko Racer at the top of the timesheets at the moment. He's driving the Porsche. 39.4 for Gecko Racer at the moment, taking the top lap. We'll have a look at the drivers as we go through. We've got LVO, he's in the Porsche as well, 39.6. And you've got Pot at Pot. Seeing a female, ladies and gents, he's in a Porsche. And he's setting purple lap times as well. Oh, his black is gone, having a massive accident there. We can't, because we're in practice mode, I can't get replays of that, but it looked like a massive accident in the background, so I couldn't see that. So Pot at Pot currently third, but he's setting the timesheets alight in his Porsche. And then we've got Bobby. Bobby, who I understand has just been promoted from an academy to a full-bore Race Asylum team member. So he's in the Honda NSX, the old Honda NSX, so he's taken a little bit of a retro feel to that with the green and white Takata livery. You got Fat Pickles Bro, we know all about Fat Pickles Bro. Is that another NSX? It is, yeah, so he's paired up with Bobby, no doubt. We've got Ace Killers, we know him from the other Tour League. Driving a BMW, I love the livery on that actually. That's brilliant. That's a lovely looking car, that. So that's Duco, Karting Maestro, Philo, who is another resident alien, and another guy who's been promoted to the full-bore Race Asylum esports team, in a very nice chromatic purple and blue. That's another BMW M3, I guess. I'm used to GT cars, these are all new to me. Then we've got Blackie in a Toyota, he who had that massive accident not long ago, so he'll be just starting off on another lap now. We've got Brinky. What's Brinky in? Oh, he's in the wall. That's where he is. Looks like a Skyline R32. Yeah, it's an R32 Skyline. Then we've got Mart. What's Mart in? Audi R8 with a Dark Smoker logo on it. I'm not going to be too mad at you, Mart, but yeah, update it. We've got Berserker Boy in a 350Z. Yeah, it's 350. Yeah, it is a 350. It's a 370. He's listening because he's flashing his lights. That is Berserker Boy. Then you've got McFlurry Twist. Obviously, like it says McDonald's. He's in that's the E30 M3. Noah MB007 loves his James Bond. He'll get on with Berserker Boy then, who is also a bit of a James Bond nut. All the way from Canada in the Civic Type R. And then last but by no means least is Duds. And he's in the Evo tonight. So, where did Potter get up to? He didn't improve his lap. I want to find someone who's at the start of a lap. What time is the race? Right. Give me just a sec. So, qualifying is 10 minutes, so we should be getting on for the races any moment now. The format, which and cheers for reminding me, Dennis, because I nearly forgot. The format basically is 3 15-minute races. So, we'll do a 10-minute quali, then we'll get into a 15-minute race based on the quali results. Race 2 is going to be another 15-minute race. The grid's going to be the same order as what this one finishes. And then race 3 is a reverse grid, again 15-minute race. So 3 15-minute races. The guys have a little bit of tyre wear and fuel to worry about. 2 times tyres, 1 times fuel. It shouldn't matter too much for a 15-minute race, but they are going to have to just be a little bit careful. These cars don't have the poise and the delicacy of a GT car, so they can scrub their tyres a lot more. Of course, with racing super softs allowed, it opens up the possibilities for them to do that. The drivers are not allowed to use any additional assist, just ABS. So traction control, stability control, all that sort of stuff is turned off. And and yeah, that's it. So drivers aren't allowed to pick and choose each round a car as well. So they will have picked their car based on what is strongest in their opinion. For this one, as Elvio Tricks goes pole with a 39.4, just dispatches of Gecko Racer just about though. By 0.02 of a second. Bobby then third at the moment, 39.8 for Bobby, but he's 3 and a bit tenths behind those guys. Then he got Potter in 4th. Hopefully get a better look at these liveries in a moment. I was eager to see what Potter would do, but he must have had a bit of an incident in that last lap because it hasn't worked out quite well for him. Tokyo then characterised as a street circuit, and as a street circuit is lined with walls and peril. Turn 1, not really a turn, just this little right hand kink. You're then looking for the 50 metre board, probably brake about 75 metres. Yeah, you are braking a little bit earlier in these cars, not the best brakes on these. Love this section of track. It's a cambered S's section, so you really need to hook up the inside of the corner. Failure to do that, your line's going to be all wrong. Then you need to just have faith the car will stick, and then you begin to plunge downhill for the heaviest braking zone on the circuit into a full 180 hairpin. You need to spot your braking zone using the car's gears to slow the car down, hook the apex up. Potter goes for a nice late apex there. That's about as good as you can get it, to be fair, and then this is where the power comes in. So it's a massive long straight. You are basically going the entire length of the circuit in a straight line, near enough. You don't lift through any of this. And the car's reaching 140. We're going to see 150 in a moment. This is the only bit that's going to be lined with a little bit of peril. The tyres just starting to complain a little bit then as you just start to peak uphill, peaking at 160 miles an hour. Here is Potter, 162 before he stamps on the brakes at 150 metres, and just gets it nicely tucked in. You don't want to hit the wall here on the outside because that will leave you open to an overtake here down into the chicane. The curbs, you can take the curbs, but you need to be very careful just to not shoot off into the wall as we saw Elvio do, and Duco's just done that actually. And then a nice and tidy line out onto the start-finish straight. So that's a lap of Tokyo. Elvio Tricks is still up on his time. And yeah, he looks like he's not going to be threatened for that pole position. Then it's Elvio Tricks, then it's Gecko Racer, then it's Bobby. Pot McPot, Fat Pickles Bro, Philo, Duco, Blackie, Brinky, then Berserker. Round out your top 10 here in the TOR Street Racers, brought to you in association with Race Asylum and Mature Racing Club. So race 1 then, 15 minutes about to begin. It's going to be short, it's going to be frantic. Will we see any pit stops? Will we see any strategy? Or is this just going to be a flat out sprint to the line then? 14 cars, all different eras. We've got 90s cars in here, we've got 80s cars in here, we've got 2020 cars in here. As we get a close-up on Elvio Tricks' lovely Porsche. Even closer on Gecko Racer. I can see what he had for lunch. Let's focus on Elvio Tricks and no traction control, of course. Nice and clean getaway, though, by all these drivers. None of them really got any wheel spin. But every car has different characteristics, so different cars are going to have different strengths and weaknesses. The Porsche's getting away well, but Gecko Racer got the better start, then is immediately up the inside then of Elvio Tricks and will fight for the lead. Looks like he actually backed out with that one. That's going to give Potter a bit of an inclination to slide one up the inside as well. Hard to go too wide here, but these boys are managing it. Potter's just going to collide with the wall. Philo hit the wall as well. That was Bobby that was trying to take advantage of that. And Fat Pickles, but might just get squeezed out here. He's fighting and down in 6th place. Bobby got a great run, I think. He just slid up the inside of all of them. Elvio is still leading though. It's Gecko Racer. Then it's Bobby. Pot holding on to 4th. Then even though the side of his Porsche now has no paint left on it, Then it's Fat Picklesbro who's picked up a position on top of Philo. Then it is Duco. Berserker Boy's picked up a couple of places. He's in P10 now with Blackie in the Supra, giving him hell for leather down the back straight now. Then it's Brinky. Mart is P11. Duds is 12th. McFlurry Twist 13th. And Noah's had a terrible start in the Civic there. VTEC has not kicked in, yo. And he is 8 seconds off the leading pair, which is LVO and Gecko Racer, both now battling it out. Side by side through here, boys, isn't going to work out, and Gecko does back out with this one. Does he set LVO up for a move down into the chicane? Both of these guys pulling a little bit of time on Bobby, who himself is starting to pull away from Potter. Does everyone get through here safely? It certainly seems so far. I think all the drivers then do manage to ride the sausage successfully. Always Noah gets it wrong, unfortunately, and he's backwards. I spoke too soon, I think. And the top three are absolutely steaming away with this. It's Potter McPot with a little bit of a train forming now. And Bobby is putting all sorts of pressure on Gecko Racer and LVO Trixo with his lovely pop-up headlights. They're going to be affecting the aerodynamics of this Honda NSX, but he is Tokyo drifting this thing around. Let me give you some data. There you go. Curiously, they've all started with 50% fuel, and I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know if that was in the settings or if I just missed it, but they shouldn't need to pit, should they? Oh, LVO went a little bit deep there. That's going to give Gecko Racer the invitation he needs to slide one up the inside. These two now going to go side by side. LVO has not added a livery to his. That's saving a few precious grams. Is that going to give him just enough of a straight line speed advantage? Gecko's going to tuck him for that all-important suck. Lovely 2 GRC. Potter then is breaking away from Philo, who in turn is getting Berserker's had a great start. Berserker Boy's on some sort of, and I do love your livery, by the way. That Gulf livery is absolutely beaut. Yeah, Berserker Boy. I'm sure he started 10th. So our James Bond assassin then is silently making his way through the field. That Nissan definitely suits the streets of Tokyo. But it's the Germans that are leading out at the moment with the two Porsches of LVO Trix and Gecko Racer. And then Potter McPot in the Porsche. Bobby's fallen from grace somewhere. What's happened to Bobby? Oh, he must have clapped the wall. I just missed it. It let Philo through, and the Honda then has fallen from grace a little bit. Berserker and Blackie were having a nice little fight. Blackie's suddenly come under the attention of Duco. So it's BMW v Toyota. Of course, the Toyota is a BMW in pretty much real life. Duco's really nice on his brakes. Oh, there's a massive crash there. That was Brinky. That looked like Brinky and Berserker Boy. Not Berserker Boy. I'm just going to try and catch that up. Brinky and Blackie. I think Blackie was all but wiped out there. Let's have a look. So this is the view back from Brinky's Toyota Supra. So we're going to be heavy on the brakes in just a moment. And watch out for Brinky there in 9th. Yeah, just too late. And to be fair to Brinky, I'm going to give him credit. He tried to avoid that. And he's backed off, and he tried. He's not much he can do, to be fair. Because if it had gone left, it'd have definitely wiped him out. If it had gone right, sorry, it'd have definitely wiped him out. So not much going on at the top then. It's still as they were. Oh, and Bobby's had another massive accident then. And almost collects Mart. Mart was clever enough to it though and sacrificed himself to save him taking that out. Duds is going to take advantage of both of them. And the Mitsubishi is going to fully mug them off. We'll go back and have a look from Bobby's perspective what happened though. So we're coming down towards the chicane. I got a feeling he just gets unsettled on the sausages. So yeah, it's just too much, and unfortunately, and if we just jump on board with Duds, so Duds just sees the stricken car of Mart. There's just enough route. That was a beautiful move then by Duds, just to take advantage. and get a couple of positions picked up, but Bobby has immediately got that one back off him. So Bobby in the NSX then having an eventful race, having lost quite a few positions, it must be said. Berserker Boy's picked up another position. Oh yeah, because Bobby's fell off, of course he has. So Berserker then 5 seconds adrift of Philo in the leading pack. But I'll be honest, he won't be too fussed about that. At the moment, he'll just be contemplating the furious camo BMW that is currently filling his rearview mirror, which is driven by Duco. Got to be said, one of my favourite liveries on display tonight. That and Gecko Racers. I do like Gecko Racers' car. There's Gecko and Elvio taking very different lines then. Through the chicane. Gecko much more conservative. Is his strategy then just to be careful and wait for a mistake to be made? As he sets the fastest lap of the race then, goes into the 39s for the first time tonight. 39 zeros for the first time tonight. It's a massive improvement on his previous lap time, putting Elvio under all sorts of pressure now. Looking back, Potter's in a world of his own at the moment, and then he's 2 and a bit seconds south of the top 2. But he's nearly 5 seconds clear of Philo then. Philo himself 6 seconds clear of Berserker, who is it looks like he might have just let Duco go there. Berserker does have other battles to fight, of course, and Bobby is going to be trying to reel him in fast and furious. Then you've got Mark, Blackie and Duds. So Duds, unfortunately, having pulled off a great bit of anticipative driving a lap or so ago, has lost those positions and is back down in 10th position. Gonna try and reclaim those positions with let's just line on board then. Does Blackie get wiped out? No, he doesn't. Dodd's nice and careful on the brakes. Then we've got Brinky in P11 in the R32 Skyline. Then it's McFlurry Twist in 12. Fat Pickles Bros. Unfortunately for Fat Pickles, hasn't had his lap 2 was absolutely abhorrent. So something happened to Pickles on lap 2 that we didn't capture on commentary. He will be quite glad of that, of course. Sorry, if you heard that, that's me. My webcam's still not working, so I've just unplugged it. And then we've got Noah, who is... Yeah, unfortunately for Noah, he's not having a great time of it tonight. He's even in auto drive at the moment, looking at this, so... I don't even know if he's physically behind the wheel. Just scrolling through to see if we can capture what's actually going on. Does that Bobby hit the wall again? So a lot of it is settled down. Yeah, that thing with Brinky. These sort of things do happen. He probably just missed his braking mark, but he literally drove his car into the wall to try and get it stopped when he was coming up to the back of Blackie. Unfortunately, it resulted in some contact. Let's have a look at comments. Come on, Bob, pull your finger out. Good evening, DK10. Come on, Duds. He's had eventful races, Duds. He's currently amidst a battle now, trying to capture always. Oh, I say that. Commentator's curse, mate. I come to him and he slaps the wall. Is that the same Bob? Yeah, mate. Yeah, he's the very same one. Known for his clean driving and completely like politically correct discussions. Lucky Bucky, Dennis, good lads, good lads. Good to see it vibing in chat. That's what we like. So Bobby then set himself a 39.6 last lap rounds. Starting to now get into the groove of it. He's reeling Berserker Boy in. Bobby does have a 6-second lead over Berserker Boy, but with 5 minutes to go, if I'm Berserker Boy, I'm probably thinking of putting up a little bit more of a fight than I potentially did against Duco. Because if any of the guys ahead have another accident, which is very likely considering the amount of times that we've seen these curbs get abused. Always Berserker just is really slow off that corner. Bobby's having to go around to the outside. Berserker, they both keep it clean. Bobby in fact hits the wall rather than hit Berserker Boy. Gotta give him credit for that in fairness. Berserker just gets off the corner slightly better and he's got the inside line. Bobby might try his signature fake to the left and go to the right move, but he doesn't this time. He's going to actually try and drive around the outside. That's a good move. If he didn't hit the wall there, that would be That'll be a highlight reel overtake there for Bobby. Does he carry too much speed in here? He might just overcook it a little bit. This might give Berserker Boy just a little bit of an invite. But Berserker Boy slow off the corner. He's not going to be anywhere near for the braking zone. Good move by Bobby, in fairness, to get that move made around the outside. 4 minutes left of this one. We've got 2 more races coming up. Pickles got pitted, did he? Ah, that might explain it. It doesn't say on the thing that he pitted. That's why. But he's making moves up now. Pickles, actually, good time to cut to him. He is, as Brinky gets the move made on Duds, Pickles might try and pick up the scraps here. And try and slipstream these ones down the back straight. So the next race then is another 15 minutes. Elvio's still leading the way, by the way. We will go back and check in on that in a moment. The next race is basically the results of this one are going to set the grid for the next race. Oh my God, Pickles! He's got a tank. He got a tank slapper on there. I don't know if this was contact or whether he just tapped the wall in the wrong place, or if it's GT Sport physics again. A little bit of a contact with Brinky, but at that speed, it's enough just to unsettle the car. And that's really unfortunate for Pickles, because he was genuinely making some traction up on those boys. So that's Pickles down to 13th then. Gecko playing it safe, then we'll pound. Yeah, we've got a couple of laps left, so I mean he's dipped into the 38s now, Gecko. So he's not putting him under too much pressure. And as it stands, Elvio is just out of slipstream, so Gecko's going to have to just start setting himself up for this. Potter and Philo, no change for these boys. And we've got Duco 5th at the moment. Being reeled in, it must be said, by Bobby. So can Bobby get there before the end of the race? Berserker Boy 7th. I mean, that's still a result. A great start by Berserker Boy and a good race so far. Blackie then P8. Not bad considering he got sent to the realm. Mark P9, from looks of it, it's just kind of tried to keep his nose clean as much as possible. I know I've seen him plough it into a wall once or twice, but other than that, he's kept it clean. Duds has had a bit of an unfortunate race. He's had a little battle with Brinky for most of it, which I think he might have enjoyed. But it just looks like his Mitsubishi might just be getting outpowered on the straights, because on the straights he's 147. We saw Potter was doing 160 here. So that Mitsubishi probably a little bit gutless in the straights, it must be said. You've got McFlurry Twist, South African 13th with Noah 14th, and now starting to get lapped by some of the other drivers. Yeah, got to agree, Baz. It's like a pendulum, isn't it? Any sort of unsettlement on that rear grip and the back. I mean, we've seen Bobby drift it round the S's section all night, haven't we? It's a tricky beast to drive, but it is rewarding when you get it right. As we've seen with Bobby, he's hustled that thing. So, is this last lap? These guys might just get around for another one. In fact, these guys I think should just about hit another lap. I think it might be last lap situation for P3 and below. Will Gecko try and pounce now? I've got to be said, the race between him and Elvio, when we have cut to it, it's been really good. We don't want to... Gecko Racer just tapped the wall there, that's going to put him back. Does he get another lap in? Yeah, these guys are going to get another lap. Then it's going to be Potter finishing 3rd. Philo will get 4th. Duco looks like he's held Bobby off for that P5 spot. So we'll just see as we come across the line. Yeah, Bobby just slaps the wall. That's just going to slow him down a tidge. We'll flick back to Elvio and Gecko in just a sec, my friend. Berserker Boy 7, hats off to Berserker. It's been a great race for him. He's done a fantastic job. Then it's Blackie in 8th. Mark 9th, Duds in 10th. He's just going to finish ahead of Pickles by the looks of it. Brinky's had a massive accident somewhere. Set him down to P12. Just flick to these guys. No, nothing going on at the moment. We will as Bricky stacks it into the wall. But he's McFlurry Twister's a minute behind, so he's not going to worry about anything. And then Noah, unfortunately, is last. So let's just see what's happening with these guys. 1.5 seconds between them now. Gecko not in the slipstream then, so not getting any benefit down that back straight. Just a couple of corners to go for Elvio on the 10th and final lap. So we'll take it very conservatively. Yeah, he does. They're all avoiding that second sausage. So Elvio then will claim the very first victory of the Street Racers Championship. P1 goes to Elvio Tricks, P2 to Gecko Racer. So that's going to be your grid for the next race as they finished. So it's going to be Elvio Tricks on pole with Gecko Racer P2, Potter P3, Philo 4th, Duco 5th, Bobby in 6th with Berserker in 7th. Confirmation in front of you now. I don't know if we're going to have a little bit of a break. We normally do. So well done then, Elvio. Yeah, alright. Gecko bobbed it. Is that a thing now? Is that a saying? Alright, let's have a look at this then while we're here. So this is, well, I've got your attention. And I fully appreciate that, like, yeah, we can watch this. So that's Race Asylum, ladies and gents, and that's where you need to get yourself. Let's get back to the action. There we go. Yeah, so like I said, they're doing the championship 10th of December. A week on Friday, I believe that is. So if you're in the West Bromwich area, or you can get yourself down, then you fancy a chance at winning £1,000, head on over to Asylum VR. Get yourself entered. Right, so we're just waiting for the second race then to kick off. Cheers, Lucky Bucky. Thanks, mate. Just waiting for race 2 now. So race 2 is going to be the same settings. It's another 15-minute race, although this time with the grid order set by the results of the last race. Following that, we'll have a final 15-minute race. That one's going to be reverse grid. So that's the spicy one. So that'll be reverse grid of the next race. That was a scary picture at the end. Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Who's this dude? Who is he? Is that Shadow, is it? Is it Shadow? Is it him who sets it up? Can't forget, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've spoke to many of you lot over at Asylum. I did, I was looking, like, ages ago, I was looking at the things over on Discord. because I'm looking at getting myself a new rig. And I was going to ask, like, where do you get like all the rigs from? Like, does he get discounts on them? You know, we're going to ask for a look, like, if he can get me a cheeky discount on a rig. Cheers, Baz. No, mate, I won't. The thing is, I wouldn't promo it if it were crap. Is it? Oh yeah, yeah. If it were crap, I wouldn't bother. But it's genuinely a really good place. I was racing in a tournament with the Race Asylum lads when it was all sort of being constructed. So I was watching the progress of this thing come along, and yeah, I've been meaning to get myself down. It's Shadow, is it? Very scary. Yeah, I'll get myself down, mate. I'll speak to Bob and we'll sort something out. I'll get me and some MRC lads will head over, I think. Untitled Chapter. So race starting 3 minutes then. So another couple of minutes to wait until the next one kicks off. What's going on in chat? I want the V-Rig. What's the V-Rig? Because I'm still on the website, I'm looking at all the pictures now. What I want is an 80/20 profile. But it's like the seat. I want like a bucket seat. I'll show. In fact, yeah, the V-Rig, the seat off the V-Rig is what I want. The rig itself looks a little bit scary, to be fair, but to show you is what I mean. One sec. That's what I want. That sort of seat, because they're really comfortable. They don't look it, but they are comfortable. Even for a 15-stone bloke like me. I need to get a streaming and a haircut. Yeah, I'm gonna get one before they lock them all down again. Yeah, oh, mate, Baz was always a quick bloke. I remember me and Baz had a few little ding dongs in that Pro-Am Championship. Yeah, there was some good racing in that. Yeah, I'll probably put some faces to names when I do make my way down to Asylum VR. I figure out how long it'll take me to get there and stuff. V-Rig has 5 racing positions. Oh, so it's one of them that can like go to Formula and proper upright, and like GT where you're a little bit back, so it can change to all that. But it's about $5,000 as well, isn't it? I just want a basic profile, mate. I'm sort of thinking, because I've not got like tons of expandability at home. I've got quite a limited space I can use. But the seat I've got now, I've got the Next Level Racing, and it's just when you can tell the seat's just like one of them fiberglass mould things. And it's massive. Really enjoyed the Pro-Am. Yeah, me too, mate. Yeah, me too. It was a good little tournament, that. All right, ready to go. So ready to go for the next race. Here we go then. Depends where you are, Bucky. Right, another 15 minutes then. Will Elvio make a good start? Lights are not going out here, are they? There we go. Lights do go out finally, and the guys are released, and Elvio seems to have made a decent getaway. So is Gecko Racer. Everyone this time seems to have made better starts. Gecko Racer this time though immediately up the inside. He should get a better run this time. Everyone a little bit cleaner this time. Lessons have been learned from race 1. There's a Megane's now on the field. There's a rogue Renault somewhere. Who's driving that? Is that Duds? Why are you in a Renault Megane? I'm sure you had a Mitsubishi. Oh, is Noah and McFlurry come to blows? Oh, Gecko Racer. What's happened to Gecko? He's down in P3. He might even lose a few more positions. Yeah, he hit the wall. Gecko hit the wall. And he's down in 4th then. Pot up into P3. The two Porsches going to drag it down. But meanwhile, behind us, Brinky, who's had a blinder of a start then. Him and Duds and now Philo. Starting to battle away, but I'm sure that Renault didn't exist before. Brinky just commits suicide into the wall. Duco's now going to go on the inside. So that's Brinky then. Unfortunately, just as I said that, I've got to stop saying nice things about people, because whenever I do, disaster strikes. Where's Bob? Bob's having a great race and he's going to win. No, he's avoided that wall. Oh, you named Bucky, mate. I didn't know that. For some reason, I had in my head that you were like Leeds way. I didn't know you were near, like, round the corner. Yeah, mate, I'll pick you up. Not a problem. We'll have to meet up for a pint or 10. Not that I'm a drinker, but that'll be even more entertaining, won't it? So Gecko now down in P6. He's lost a position somewhere to Philo and Duco. And now for the immediate time, this isn't going to help him, but for the reverse grid race it might well. But Gecko's going to want results now. There's action all over the field. But it is Elvio Tricks now ahead of Bobby, who I have destined to doom and despair because I've said he's going to win. So Bobby in P2, Potman Pot P3, Philo in 4th, closely followed though by Duco and Gecko Racer. Then you've got Brinky back up to P7, and there's a good old tussle here happening between Berserker Boy, Mark, Duds, and there's another car in the background there that I didn't quite see. That is Fat Pickles, bro, who's going to try and slide his way through the middle of all this. Oh, the NSX again. Oh no, Pickles' NSX has just started getting a little bit wavy at the back. And unfortunately, it's dropped him out of this fight. Duds in the Megane might be looking for a move up the inside of Mark, but that move isn't available, so has to back out of it. See if everyone negotiates the sausage quite... Oh, Gecko and Philo there, quite close. Gecko's made it back up to P5. But unfortunately for Gecko now, he's 7 seconds off Elvio. We saw Elvio's pace in the first race, so unless he does have some sort of massive accident, as far as that goes, it's going to be a tall order for Gecko to get anywhere near Elvio, unfortunately. This battle though is Berserker Boy just starting to pull away from the field now. You got Brinky, you can see Mark there, you can just about see Fat Pickles Bro's dim NSX headlights as Berserker Boy just gives the wall a little bit of a love tap. He's going to go defensive potentially here down into the braking zone. Just protects that gap, does leave a little bit of room at the apex though for Brinky, who invites his Nissan into the space. So his old Nissan v new Nissan here. And Berserker Boy just about winning out of this drag race at the moment. The next braking zone they come to isn't a particularly huge one, so you have to be a brave person to throw one down the inside. So Brinky's really going to want to get this move done via slipstream. And the problem that Brinky's got is that Mart and Fat Pickles Bro also have the same idea, really, and that they're both going to be trying to potentially throw one up the inside there. As Looks like Berserker Boy went potentially a little bit deep, tidied it up for a later apex. And it is at the moment. Fat Pickles backs out of this move. I was just going to say it is at the moment as they stand. Oh no! And Pickles, when's Pickles going to get some luck? He was involved. I mean, obviously not nobody's fault that, but he was just always there when something bad happens. It's like that meme, innit? When something happens, it's always you three. Well, when something bad happens, it's always Pickles, unfortunately. Always getting caught up in the mischief. As Bobby then still holding P2, put him at pot P3, but he's losing time now to Philo. Gecko Racer back down to P6, then with Philo and Duco holding that 4th and 5th respectively. 6.5 seconds ahead of Berserker Boy, who's been kept rather busy then by Brinky, coming down to the big braking zone once more. This is where Brinky got the move done last time, but then lost out under acceleration. Really patient getting on the throttle there is Brinky. Just be careful not to touch the 370Z there of Berserker Boy. Meanwhile, Fat Pickles and Duds. So Duds has lost out on that one a little bit, unfortunately. Obviously fell out of love with his Mitsubishi that he had in his Gone French. I would never say a French car is an improvement, but Duds, if he prefers that car, then that's what he prefers. So LVO then 1.4 seconds in the lead. Bobby's doing a great job so far. He's keeping within touch of LVO's pace, and now he's not really around any other cars. He can unleash the full potential of the NSX as he drifts it sideways and through the S's. Maintaining a nice gap to pot him at pot in P3 in the Porsche. We've seen the Porsche at the moment as does appear to be at the very least the dominant car. But when you're looking at it around the track, the BMWs look a lot more composed, but probably lacking a little bit of overall pace. The Porsche's probably got the straight line speed, which is a sentence we never thought we'd say in this, but there we go. Looking at the speed traps that we've got so far, the Porsche seems to be topping those. Gecko Racer holding 6 at the moment. Comfortable lead over Berserker Boy. Then it's Brinky and Fat Pickles Bro battling it out for that P8 position. And then it's Duds in 10th with McFlurry Twist in 11th, Blackie in 12th. Blackie with a move up the inside there of the 30M3 and in the newer BMW, aka Toyota Supra. And the slipstream then of the Renault ahead does get that move completed. So Blackie up to 11th place. Mart, who we saw have that massive accident then in the Audi R8, maintaining 13th for the moment. And Noah still in the Civic, still not having a great time of things. P14 for Noah. Credit to him for sticking at it though. It takes a lot when you're dead last and can't seem to find the pace. You know, it's hard to just keep the momentum up. So credit where credit's due to Noah for sticking with it, to be fair. That lap Bobby's dropped a load of time to Elvio. A 41.7 for Bobby that time round. Dropped about a second to Potter as well. So Bobby, is he starting to feel the pinch? Did he make a slight mistake? That lap now Potter's got a really good sight line on him. Potter's bringing Philo along for the ride as well. Philo's just 2 seconds shy of him in the newer BMW. Clips the wall there a little bit. That's not going to help his cause. Then you got Duco and Gecko Racer battling it out for this P5 spot as Gecko Racer's going to go around the outside. Duco, we've seen, is really good on the brakes in that BMW. He gets it nice and tidy on the inside. Really clean and respectful between the two. And it's going to be a drag race yet again. So who's got most poke here between the two German marks? It's the Porsche at the moment. The Porsche just has the pull. Even with slipstream there, Gecko Racer pulling clean away from the BMW. It's at least a 10th so far. It's going to be 2 tenths by the time we get anywhere near the braking zone. That's how much it's worth. So Gecko Racer obviously trimmed for speed tonight because Duco still reached 160 miles an hour. Up that back straight then. Dud's had an incident somewhere, so he's down in P11. Fat Picklesboro having a slightly better second phase of the race, and he's up to P7. Of course, he's got 12 seconds now to make up to Duco up ahead. The biggest skeptics among us will say that's not doable, but we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, the next battle to kick off here is going to be between Pot McPot and Bobby. Potter also wearing an RA name tag, as we can see there. So Bobby then, he's had two laps in there. He's had a 40.3 and a 41.7. Potter's dipped into the 39. So is Bobby just starting to lose as the tyres degrade away on that Honda? Is he just starting to experience that pendulum effect we saw before? Potter's Porsche is noticeably quicker in a straight line. So let's keep an eye on the speed traps. 163. Yeah, similar speeds then at the end of the speed trap then between the Honda and the Porsche. But the Porsche potentially in the second phase of the race probably has a little bit more stability through the corners. I mean, it is able to exploit a little bit more performance. Scrolling through to see what else is going on. It's Duds v Blackie. So Blackie has been a very busy boy, up to P11 now for the Super Driver. He's got another 4 seconds to go to make it up to Mart. Oh, will not do it like that as he hits the wall. Unfortunately, that's just going to give Duds an opportunity to fly up the inside again. We know how Duds likes to do that. And yeah, Blackie though in a straight line that Super seems to have the legs, but the Megane seems a little bit more sorted in the twisty bits. So certainly keeping him honest at the moment. Blackie then lost a bit of time to Mart up ahead. That's obviously with the incident we just saw. But Mart, pretty much clean air, can just lap cleanly now, and as long as he keeps the pace up, he's probably at no threat from the Super behind. But we'll keep an eye on it. Berserker Boy P8 lost that position to Pickles, but he's keeping himself in the fight. And then it's this battle then between Gecko Racer and Philo now, as Duco's really dropped off the boil with that. So Gecko Racer now on a charge against Philo. Are the BMW struggling in the latter phase of the race? They don't appear to be cooking tyres any more than the Porsche. But the Porsche just certainly seems to have the legs. I mean, look at the straight line advantage he's got here. It's just reeling him in. Philo's going to have the inside line. We know how good of a driver Philo is. Of course, races on controller, does Philo. Does a lot of setups as well. If you're ever in need of a GT Sport setup, search Philo on YouTube and you'll probably find what you're looking for. Oh, this battle's kicked off then. It's Potter v Bobby. I forgot to come back to this one earlier and I'll maybe regret that. But let's go and have a look at how that unfolded from Potter's perspective then. So at this stage, there's a good couple of attempts behind Bobby. Just gets a really nice exit coming down the hill then. Nice slipstream. Bobby doesn't fight it at all. And the NSX potentially looks like he's setting up for a cutback move, but Potter just gets the car stopped in time. And that is the Porsche of Potter McPot up to P2. 4 Racer Asylum drivers in the top 5. Yeah, I don't know where Elvio has come from. Tuning allowed, yeah. Yeah, tuning allowed. So, What was Bobby doing then? Bobby, you can't do that. I think we've actually finished the race now. So you gotta laugh. Yeah, sorry, we finished the race. So it's LVO Tricks P1, Potter P2, Bobby 3rd, Gecko Racer 4th, then Philo 5th, Duco 6th, Fat Pickles is going to bring it in for 7th. There's Berserker Boy in P8, with some of the Tokyo wall attached to his car as well. Going to bring it in ahead of Brinky. And it's Martin 10th, Blackie in 11th. He's had a hard fight, Blackie, tonight. Duds 12th, just ahead of McFlurry Twist. And then Noah, 14th position for Noah. So yeah, as Lucky Bucky's mentioned in chat, we've got tuning enabled. So what that means, to those that don't play this game an awful lot, we'll let this play out and then we'll talk about it. So I've had an awful lot of acid reflux all night. So if I sound a bit burpy, you know why. So yeah, the tuning ability. So the drivers can essentially set up everything from dampers and spring rates on the cars to like all the gearbox settings. So the more testing, the better, obviously. Philo does really good setup, so that's why he's a good driver anyway, so he's always going to be up there. But yeah, the drivers will have been able to set their cars up as per the conditions of the track. It makes a massive difference. So of course it removes any balance of performance. It's just down to how the drivers can extract the best out of the car and how they can set the car up to get the best out of the track. So you've got to sort of mix all of them together, I'd imagine. So the next race then, ladies and gents, the last one of the evening, this is going to be the one you want to watch. This is the reverse grid race. So the results from the race you've just seen are going to be turned upside down. We're going to race the reverse grid. So the fast drivers are going to get thrown to the back, basically. I think Duds has had enough. Duds has Alt F4'd out the room. So yeah, everyone enters and they can get the next race set up. Yeah, so what have you thought so far then? If you've watched this through, what are your thoughts on the races? Don't forget we've got another one next week. 3 of these in total. So 3 events. We're at St. Croix next week. Let's just go back and have a look at the poster. Let me show you this. Need to turn that on and that off. So this is the event poster then. So Team Oliver Racing Street Races, ran by Asylum, VR and MRC. You see at the very bottom in the very small text. If you're on a mobile you'll probably struggle to see it, but round 1 is Tokyo South Outer Loop, round 2 is St. Croix A, and round 3 is Nürburgring. Wednesdays at 8:30. Production cars only, so you can't use race cars. And yeah, you'll be able to join me live for commentary. Can anyone in chat name the corner that is pictured here? What is this corner? I'll give you a few minutes to answer that one. Scratch your heads. Or just give me the track. So what track's featured? The car's pretty obvious to guess. You don't even really need to be a car person to know what car that is, but the track's probably a little bit more difficult if you're not into your motorsport. So 2 minutes onto the race start of the final race of the evening, so another 15 minutes, so we've not got long to go. If you're itching for your bedtime, get yourself a cup of tea, pour yourself a nice drink. We don't have long to go in this one, ladies and gents. Just another 15-minute race, and this is the one that's probably going to test my vocal cords as much as possible. After a full day at work, I'm about as done vocally as I can expend. Yeah. The thing is with this game, Bucky, we get so used to driving GTs that when we go to cars like this, and if I just press this, you can see the car list there on the right hand side. Civic Type R, there's a Focus there now, but McFlurry Twisted driving a Ford Focus. Then you got the Supra, you got an Audi R8, you got Nissan GTR, Z33, that Berserker Boys, yeah. NSX, BMW M4, 911 GT301, a couple of those. Actually, they're a very popular car. Then another M4. Yeah, they're not easy. It is Bathurst. Extra points for the corner name. Yeah, these cars are really not easy. Really not easy to navigate. It'll be even fun. I say funny. You want to tune in for the Nordschleife for one. Right, let's get on track. So we've got a Ford Focus on track now. Yeah, I'm at Filling Me Park. Called the corner. I only know the name of that corner because there was a massive accident in the Bathurst 1000 there. It's just stuck in my head ever since. So here we go then. The Civic Type R is going to get us underway. VTEC's just kicked in, yo. Oh, he's got a terrible start. Blackie immediately jumps into the lead then, and the Supra. Then we've got Mart in P2 then. Mart is driving an Audi. And then you got Noah P3 in the Civic, but he's about to get swamped then by Berserker Boy. This is Berserker's golden opportunity in the Nissan. Duco P5, then Brinky P6, Pickles in P7. But you know what? There's absolutely no point in telling you anything about the order because it's all going to change so quick. And Noah's dropping down like a stone, unfortunately. There is Duco's made his way up to P3 already. Bobby's already up to 7th. I will be watching with eager anticipation to see where Gecko Racer is. He's currently 9th. And then you got LVO Trick still in 13th. Loads of overtakes happening down here. LVO Trick's just barging a little bit there as Gecko Racer's down in 13th already. So Gecko Racer's had a horrible corner. So it was 9th going in. I did hear some tyre squeal going. So nice and tidy on the brakes. I think the Civic there just cooked it. Yeah, he just got caught out. Unfortunately, just got caught out in the wrong place there. Is the Philo. They're taking chunks out of the wall here at Tokyo. Mart's still leading the race. Then it's Blackie in P2. Bobby up to 3rd. This is a great opportunity for Bobby, but he's battling away with Potter. McFlurry Twist there in the wall behind. Then he got Duco. Duco in 5th, just up the inside then of Brinky. McFlurry Twist now in 5th in the Ford Focus ST. Berserker Boy 8th place for Berserker at the moment, with Gecko Racer back up to P9 after that getting shoved wide a moment ago. Then you got LVO Tricks in 10th, Philo in 11th, Pickles in 12th, with Noah in 13th place now. I'm not going to be able to keep up with everything, so we'll just try and keep up with what we can. Bobby. Potter's not going to be happy that I called him Bobby. Bobby then putting Blackie under pressure. Blackie's Supra, of course. getting rubbed on a little bit by Bobby's NSX, and Blackie just lives to fight another day with that one. Bobby goes very wide. That lets Blackie immediately back up the inside. And you got LVO Tricks then. He's up to 8-4 already. He's bringing Gecko Racer with him. And at the back of this entire train is Philo. So I'm curious for the guys that have changed cars as Brinky, sorry, smacks the wall. The guys that have changed cars, have they got setups for these things? Oh, Philo was just really caught out under braking there. Sacrificed himself rather than taking out another car, but still caught out under braking all the same. And running that track about as wide as you dare. Blackie then leads the race now ahead of Mark. And then it's Bobby and Potter rounding out your top 4. LVO Tricks MP5. Bobby's going to go up the inside here of Mark. Potter's going to try and follow him through. Worst camera angles at the worst possible time. Duco's left the room. Not sure what's happened to Duco. Is that a disconnect, or is that something a little bit more sinister? LVO Tricks and Gecko Racer seem to be working together at the moment then. 5th and 6th for the time being. Any move's going to get made. Pot might go up the inside of Bobby here. Mark's looking up the inside as well. 3 wide at one stage there through the hairpin. Nice and tidy from all of them. As Mark just puts an Audi R8 size gap up the inside then, and unfortunately just doesn't manage to get the move closed off at the corner. Potter just about got enough done on the outside just to deny Mark that position, but it was a good attempt at an overtake nonetheless. Gecko Racer and LVO now starting to get a little bit of slipstream from the cars ahead. Bobby into the lead of the race then. Blackie just clips the wall. Potter just about managed to sneak his way through. Mark then coming under pressure from Gecko Racer. LVO Tricks has already got past. That's Blackie we see just touching the wall. That lets LVO Tricks through. Oh, that was Bobby, I think, that was going sideways, was it? He's just about survived. Oh, it's all kicking off here. Oh, it's Berserker and Gecko Racer. It's not Gecko Racer, it was Berserker and Philo. I beg your pardon. I saw the wrong outline. Let's have a look what happened there, because it's all kicking off here. So, yeah, Berserker just gets it just a bit wrong, in fairness. Yeah, that was somewhat out of nothing, I think. I mean, he just got his car balance all wrong. Philo then trying to put the Nissan under pressure. Philo will probably just wait his turn to have a go down at the hairpin. All this action is letting Picklesborough escape from up ahead. Berserker slightly defensive line there. Philo might just try and tuck this for the cutback, get the better power out the corner. Brinky with really opportunistic move down the inside. It must be said, that was a great move, Brinky. You've got to give you kudos for that, my friend. You snuck up there like a ninja. It is Potter McPot leading the race up at the front as we're about halfway through, well, not quite halfway through this race yet. Let's have a little bit of a recap. The top 3 are nose to tail then, 2 tenths between the top 3. It's Potter McPot leading away from Bobby and LVO Tricks, but at any moment this could completely swap around. Gecko Racer 3.5 seconds behind them. The more these fight, the better it is for Gecko. Bobby then takes a very unusual line through the chicane. There are no shortcut penalties. That's because there are really no shortcuts to take. The only corner you can potentially cut has a fair-sized ramp on the side of it, so you cut that at your own risk, really. You can potentially gain some time by doing it, but it's really not worth it in the grand scheme of things. So, Duco's back. That may have just been a disconnect for Duco. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit too late to rejoin the race. I did think he was getting on well enough to justify being up there. It is. This is Bobby getting absolutely mugged down at the hairpin. Then LVO Tricks up to P2. Came from a long way back here, did LVO Tricks. Bobby did lock an inside brake though. A little bit of contact at the apex, but I think LVO was going for the gap and just didn't quite make it. A bit of a flash from Bobby. I don't think he's too happy about that. Certainly didn't seem like any ill intent. But you've got to be said there was contact at the apex, and yeah, that was that push to pass, was that not? To be fair, from what I've seen of these boys so far, there's not a single dirty driver here, so any contact you can pretty much say is accidental, but never rule anything out. Fat Picklesborough on a slightly better race of things. He's just ahead of Mart at the moment. There has been a massive accident up ahead. That was Bobby! It was Bobby! Was Bobby trying to take the mick with that? So just what it looks like, he hits the wall here on the right. Yeah, his NSX got truly launched then into oblivion. And gets a little bit of a slap from Mark as he goes past. That puts Bobby from a P2 or a P3 down to P7. Potamer Pop clear away at the front then. 39.0 fastest lap for Potamer Pop. 5 minutes remain. Can he hold out ahead of LVO Tricks? Same car, but they may well have very different tunes on board. Then Gecko Racer P3, Fat Picklesborough P4 now after all that carnage. Blackie, of course, made a little bit of contact there with Bobby. And that's put Blackie down behind Fat Picklesborough. Then you've got Mark P6 in the Audi. Mixed bag of tricks for Mark tonight. You do feel like that Audi just quite hasn't got the legs a lot of the other cars have had. A track like Tokyo, you need your legs. Yeah, looking at the other cars, they're certainly maxing out a little bit faster than his. Then you got Philo in 8th, Berserker Boy in P9 then, with Brinky in 10th, McFlurry Twist in 11th place in the Ford Focus, and Noah in P12. Noah, again, I'm going to say it, like, hats off, mate, for staying with it. A lot of drivers would have already bailed, but kudos points for sticking with it. I'm just trying to see what we've got going on. So Bobby then catching Philo up. Or has Philo just got past Bobby? One or the other. Bobby's... yeah, Bob. Alright, mate. This is when you know Bobby's just given up, really. It's this corner, it's the chicane that's done him every single time. Every single time. Oh, LVO Tricks is in the lead. What's happened here? That had happened way before the braking zone, so LVO Tricks in the lead now. Potamer Pop P2. Had a bit of a bad lap 60, Potamer Pop, so with a couple of laps to go, we'll see if he can get himself back in the race. So we've got Mart and Philo, it looks like, battling out now. It's BMW v Audi. And that hitting the wall there won't help Mart, who's now got Bobby for company. Bobby does get that move made. Mark's going to tuck himself straight into the slipstream. Bobby's going to try and yeet it here on Philo. Unfortunately, doesn't get that move made. We're coming down to Bobby's Achilles heel now, which is the sharp chicane. Much tidier that time round for Bob. Mart in the background stays out of trouble. I think Bobby let LVO get into his head after the nudge. Yeah, I think he did. I think you might be right. But he's come a cropper at that chicane before, hasn't he? So it's not the first time. Bobby and Philo know each other very well in terms of driving, so they've driven a lot of laps together, these chaps. They will know each other very well, and they'll know their strengths and weaknesses. Both have very, very, very good pace. So Bobby then trying to get the better of Philo, gets a cutback done, shows him the door on the way out as well. Bobby then up to P6, Philo down to 7th, Mark still in the hunt there in P8. Berserker Boy 9th with Brinky 10th, but Flurry Twist and Noah still bringing up the rear, unfortunately. Elvio has started to pull away a little bit from Potter McPot. Potter is getting reeled in ever so slightly by Gecko Racer, but providing he doesn't have an incident, I think he'll be okay. So far, so good for Fat Pickles Bro, who's now driving clear of the rest of the field behind. He's kept his nose clean, nice and consistent for Pickles so far. Please don't hit the wall. And early commentators cursed him then. So I'm just gonna leave you alone. I'm just not gonna say anything. We're going to jump back on board with Philo. Bobby's got more paint missing from his car than is actually still attached to it. So this is potentially the last lap now for these chaps. A little bit of a nudge there, just unsettling the car, but Philo doesn't take advantage of a sliding Bobby. This race has been slightly slower paced because of the reverse grid, so we might only get 9 laps rather than the usual 10. Feel up the inside of Bobby, will he just get him straight back again on the brakes? We do have Blackie joining the party as well. Blackie opportunistically puts his Toyota Supra where that Honda NSX was, and that was a lovely move by Blackie, just gets that tied in. So that's Bobby, unfortunately he has lost that position. Philo has earned it. Bobby though, now down the back straight, can probably try and earn that straight back again. Keeping eyes out the top 4, nowhere near each other, so this is where the fight is at the moment. It's between Philo, Bobby and Blackie. Side by side then. Philo clear out, Blackie's got the inside line. Bobby's doing Bobby things. Yeah, just yeah, Bobby. What the oh dear me. Oh, I love you, Bob. Don't change. Never change. LVO Tricks wins the race. Gecko Race P2. Potter McPot 3rd. Pickles 4th. Philo is gonna get that P5 spot. Blackie's gonna get 6th. Bobby's gonna get 7th. Mark's gonna get 8th. Berserker Boy's gonna get 9th. Flurry Twist in 11th, with Brinky in 10th, and Noah gonna come home in P12. Yeah, Bobby did kill his tyres, you're right. Look at them, they're dead. Compare them to Pickles in the same car. His rear tyres were shot, really, weren't they? But LVO Tricks is showing that he's got more than just that one trick up his sleeve. He pretty much came from the back. Well, he did come from the back of the grid to win it by 4 seconds ahead of Gecko Racer. Potter McPot unlucky there. That would have been close at the line. Potter must have had some sort of incident on the last lap with 40 points. Excuse me, 40.6. So over a second slower than his previous lap. So I'm guessing Potter had some sort of incident there on the last lap. That put him pretty much out of contention, but it's still P3 for Potter. He should be quite happy with that. And then here comes Noah to see out the race and see out round 1 of Street Racers in association with Race Asylum, MRC and Team Oliver Racing. So that is it. not as fast as Philo is honest. Great racing, boys. Well done. Well done, Potter from Sausage Fingers. Yeah, you know what? I was skeptical about this, and the boys are going to do some practice, so we'll take that time out and we'll switch to. We'll go back to this. Yeah, I was skeptical. Not gonna lie. I'm so used to covering GT cars that anything else, it's not in my knowledge. Like, I don't know too much about tuning. I don't know much about the cars that are on show. So yeah, I was skeptical, but the racing was bloody brilliant. So join us next week for St Croix A. Cheers, Bucky. Yeah, Wednesday 8:30, mate. Be there, be square. We'll have to meet up, mate. If you're nearby, we'll meet up at some point. Didn't know you were so close. So that's that. Race 2 then. The next one's going to be from St Croix A. Wednesday 8:30. Join us for that. Same format as tonight, so you know what to expect. Get yourselves over to Race Asylum's website, which is, one second, which is I've not changed the web page, but this is the one. That's what you want. Asylum VR Centre. Sorry, my internet's just decided it doesn't like that anymore. There we go. So yeah, get yourself over there. Don't forget the competition that is being run. We get back to this. I need a better way of doing this. Not this. Not that. Not that. That. That's what I want. Don't forget this. So this is the Race Asylum knockout. It's going to be Dragon Trail Garden, so it'll be on GT Sport. December the 10th, which is... Oh, is it Saturday the 19th? My apologies. You know what? It was the text on there that was a bit too small. So Saturday the 19th. 18th? It's the 18th. Yeah, sorry. I'm reading it off a tiny screen, so my apologies. So 18th of December. It's going to start midday. Bring £20 with you. You get some laps at Dragon Trail Gardens. The winner gets £1,000. Get yourselves down for that one. You want to go down there anyway, because as you've seen on the stream tonight, Asylum's banging. So it's definitely somewhere where you want to check out. If you're anywhere near the Midlands area, get a couple of your mates together. If you haven't got any mates, find some. Get on Race Asylum's Discord. There's plenty of people over there for you to chat with. Get on Mature Racing Club on Facebook. There's plenty of people there to chat with. We tend to do events and stuff, and get yourself joined up to those groups. There's a lot of leagues happening soon. There's been announcements recently that Infinity GT Manufacturers Series is coming back for its 7th season. That's going to start in January. Sign-ups are open and they are filling up quick. So if you fancy driving in some GT Sport leagues, get over to Mature Racing Club on Facebook. There's going to be a couple starting. Fancy racing and what you've seen tonight, same place as well. Get joined up and have a look at it. But that's it from me tonight. I'll be live again next week. Sorry I've not been 100% tonight. I'm not feeling 100%. All honest, I had a really big lunch at work, and I've been suffering. So I've had basically near enough a kilo of chicken and 300 gram rice, and it's just sitting in the wrong place. So I've not been, feeling a bit worse for it. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you tuning in, your comments, your likes, all that sort of stuff. And I will see you all next week. Until then, take care of yourselves and have a good week.